2020 is finally over, and it's time to go over the movies I got over December. And hopefully this year ends up being better than 2020. But I guess to start off, we're gonna go over the movies I just got for this month. Some I just got them just because just wanted to have all the series into it, or I grew up watching them, or I just got it just because. It's kind of randomly. So the first one I got is, well, first one I'm picking is Now You See Me 1 and 2. I've seen the first one like a couple years ago with my cousins, and I thought it was pretty good. I didn't really like the ending too much. I literally just watched the part 2 to this like last night, and I thought it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I kind of wish there was a trilogy into it, but for what it was, I thought it was pretty good. It was really cool seeing Harry Potter being the main villain in the second one. I got the Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone. I probably butchered that last name so bad, but I don't know. I always thought the mob movies were always so interesting to me, and I wish I owned The Godfather Part 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I just see them, and they're really long movies, but they're really well written movies and great movies. This one is still pretty good. It just doesn't hold up to the first two Godfather movies. It does not. But and this whole cousins being together, and I was like, there's a moment where before they started making out, they even said, "I love you, cuz," and it was just kind of just like, oh, like that's weird. So I got all the Paranormal Activity movies. I only seen 3 and 4 in theaters, and I thought they were like funny to watch. Like, and now I have all 6, and I still need to watch them. But to me, it's like I remember seeing 3 and 4 and just thinking the exact same bullshit, and so I feel like it's gonna be the exact same bullshit for all 6 movies. But can't wait to watch them. Definitely not alone. I ended up getting Home Alone on 4K. I think just because I only watched this once, and it was back in 6th grade, and I thought it was pretty good. I was like, okay, whatever. Never thought much of it, and I was just like, you know what? Like, since I'm starting to own more movies and start having like this big collection, I feel I should have Home Alone in my collection, and it's a great time. It's still in its package and shit, but I don't know. But I like owning Home Alone. I probably won't ever get the other ones though. I got some anime. I got Promare. It's about a group of firefighters. The way it looks, it really looks great. I love the coloring aspects to it. It's like so bright, and I love the fight choreography in this one. Like, I really love it. Visually, it looks pretty good. Storytelling, not too much. I'm just like, it was kind of like, okay, whatever. And it's just like, and I'm not gonna lie, like this person right here, I thought that was a female until I was watching it. I was like, oh, it's a male. I was like, oh, my bad. And I got Ghost in the Shell on 4K. I never actually watched any of this. I literally thought there was only this movie and the live action one. But no, there's a whole series to it, and airing like multiple movies I did not know about. But I do own this one, and I really like the cover of this. Like, the camera's probably not doing justice to it, but the cover to me looks phenomenal. So I can't wait to sit down and actually watch this. And like I said, I've been wanting to own more anime stuff to my collection instead of just Dragon Ball Z and all that. Another 4K movie I have is Schindler's List. I watched this back in high school, and I thought it was a great movie. I watched it, I think, once or two more time afterwards, and I love it. It's really good. It's kind of hard to watch just because it's just really so sad to see what the stuff that takes place, because it is real life based on true events, but it's really engaging to watch. Like, for me, when I watch it, I had to watch it from beginning to end. I just love it, and I was so happy to finally find this and be part of my collection. Last month, if you guys watched it, I got How the Grinch Stole Christmas live action with Jim Carrey. I decided to get the original one. I haven't seen this since I was in elementary, And the fact that they were selling this on Blu-ray, I was like, what? I was like, I had to get it. So I might end up getting the one that came out in 2018. Just so I could be like, oh, I have all How the Grinch Stole Christmas movies. I don't know why, but great thing to have. Kind of disappointed with this movie, but at the same time, it's kind of fun to watch. I don't know. It had to be Cage Fighter. I got it on DVD. To me, it felt like they were trying to put in like a whole trilogy or two movies into one movie. A lot of story elements into it, where it's like, to me, it really felt like Rocky 1, 2, and 3 into one, and it was where, but it's like instead of boxing, it's UFC. And I'm this movie's only an hour and a half, and to me, it felt like it was over 2 hours long. It really dragged out at points for me, and I was like, And the main character Gibson, this guy, I couldn't really get into that much. The only reason I got it just because of John Moxley, the wrestler. Because if you know me, I'm really into wrestling. Look, I'm even wearing a WrestleMania shirt, Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. So to me, I was like, I gotta see John Moxley in this and see how he does. And to me, his performance really reminds me of Mr. T in Rocky 3, just because it was so over the top on how like this tough guy he's trying to be, which I actually do by like every time he was on screen, I was enjoying it. But when it came to the guy Gibson, and I was just like, I could care less about this guy. And I was even seeing like some of the extras about this on the DVD, and he's like, oh, he's wanting like a whole series into like make it like a Rocky franchise, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know why I got this. I got Sonic the Hedgehog. I think just because I want to see a CG character just running around my screen, just going mayhem on that. And plus, to see Jim Carrey with that fabulous mustache. So, I just said, fuck it, I'll get it. Okay. I ended up getting Star Trek Picard Season 1. I only watched the first 3 episodes, and I thought they were pretty good. To me, I did not grow up watching Star Trek at all, or Star Wars. I didn't start getting into Star Wars till I was already 18 years old, and Star Trek, it was a little bit after high school. But it was more with the newer movies with Chris Pine as Captain Kirk. So I was like, okay, maybe I could give this a chance. And so far, I'm liking it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of enjoying it. I want to see where the story goes. Like, really interested in that. Pretty good. And it's always good to see my boy Patrick Stewart. And speaking of Star Trek, I got the whole pack of all 10 Star Trek movies on Blu-ray. I only seen Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, because everyone says that's the best Star Trek movie out of all 13 of them. Which I was like, okay, so I watched it. I thought it was pretty good. It kind of makes me not want to watch the rest of these now, because it's just like, to me, it kind of felt boring, kind of felt slow pace. Maybe I just didn't grow up watching these, so I don't have that nostalgia factor into it or anything like that. But after seeing that one, it's like, oh, this is the best one? I mean, it's good, but it doesn't urge me to watch any of them, to be honest. But just a great collection thing to have. Like, oh, now I have all the Star Trek movies. I still need to get all the Star Wars movies. But I'm almost there. And I also got all the Saw movies on Blu-ray. Look how creepy it looks. I don't know why. I just really love it. I never actually watched any of them from beginning to end. I seen parts of it on TV, and I was like, nope. Because I feel like if I tried watching this, I feel like I wouldn't be able to hold my stomach down, just how gruesome it looks and how it gets. But it's just a thing where it's like, well, it has all the movies in one pack, and I was like, hey, I wouldn't mind owning all the Saw movies in my thing, and one day I will watch them and maybe give a ranking. But that would take me some time. Also got the Karate Kid. So for the Karate Kid, I didn't. Same thing. Like I only watched this one like a good minute ago. It's been a good minute since I've seen this one. I just never got into the Karate Kid movies just because I grew up watching like Bruce Lee movies, Jet Li movies, Gordon Liu movies, like Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu, and all these type of martial arts movies. So when I was like Karate Kid, and I was like, and I remember seeing some of the fight choreography too. I'm like, I mean that's cool, I guess. Like, but I was like, oh, but they're not Bruce Lee. So I just said, you know what? I should at least own the Karate Kid and see the OG Cobra Kai team up in there. So I said, fuck it. Now, this was gonna be my top pick of the month until I end up getting this other one. But the one that does come a close second to be my top pick of the month is Back to the Future on 4K. Now I've seen 1 and 2 so many times. I love it. I've noticed I really love time traveling movies like Back to the Future, Terminator, X-Men Days of Future Past, Avengers Endgame, and there's probably some more I'm trying to think of. I can't really think off the top of my head right now, but I'm really into sci-fi, time traveling movies for some reason. And fun fact, I never actually seen part 3. I don't know why. I just never seen 3. I seen 1 and 2 so many times. I just love it. Especially 2 because this is like that alternate dark timeline where Biff is like in control and he's Marty's stepdad. I was like, damn. Like that always I remember when I first watched that, I was like, oh hell no. But I really love it. I really love this series. I still need to watch 3 one day, hopefully. But really, I was so happy to get that. Fun fact, I already have this on Blu-ray, but in a steelbook edition. But I was like, you know what? There's a really cool cover. It has all the main characters from this trilogy, and it's on 4K. So when I'm able to watch 4K movies, I'll be able to watch that. Now this is my top pick of the month, and it's Cobra Kai season 1 and 2 on DVD. I wish I had this on Blu-ray, but at the same time, I'm glad I own it. Even though it's on Netflix, like, you just watch it on Netflix, like, but I'm like, I like owning stuff, as you can see it. Like, I have all the Saw movies. But I just love Cobra Kai so much. That show, when I was watching Cobra Kai, it made me want to start YouTube, like, do YouTube videos. It made me want to just get in the camera and just talk about stuff I love to, I already talk about with other people. And Cobra Kai season 1 and 2 are just so, I didn't expect it. Like I said, I did not grow up watching the Karate Kid movies at all. I could care less. So when I heard they came out with Cobra Kai, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, to me, I didn't really care just because I was like, well, that's cool for the fans that like grew up watching those movies. But for me, I was like, I could care less. And then when they finally put it on Netflix, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a chance, at least one episode. And I just I just loved it. I just love it so much. The characters, the soundtrack, the fight choreography is pretty good. I really love the show. I'm try to do a video talking about season 1 and 2, and then they just dropped 3. And I'm already enjoying that. I'm taking my time with that, but I'm still going bad like quick. So I'm gonna do a video of that. And yeah, this is my top pick, Cobra Kai season 1 and 2. And always remember, Cobra Kai never dies. Well guys, that was all my movies I got for this month. I'm really happy with all I got, especially Cobra Kai. I was so happy to see that. I was like, wow. Well, I hope you guys are having a great new year so far, and I hope you guys are blessed with a lot of incredible things that is going to come in your way. And I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time.